Today we're covering the subject of melody, which basically involves single note soloing. If I take a C major 7th arpeggio in one position, let's say, that's like 2 octaves, right? But if I play only 2 notes per string, I get a little bit more range out of the arpeggio, an extra third. Augmented major 7th. Dominant 7 flat 5. Taking my third, this open high E string, and moving it up a half step to the 4th, which is F. So I get this shape. And all that I'm doing in this example 3 is doing the same thing for each one of these triads. Notice the fingering I'm using. I'm using the 4th finger for these 2 notes. Makes it easier for me to separate the notes if I used all 4 fingers the way I would in a chord. So I'm starting in the example with an E on the 4th string up here on the 14th fret, and I'm going up a diatonic 4th, which would be to A on the 3rd string, and then up a diatonic 7th from A, not from E, from A, which would be to G, which I'm going to play on the high E string. So that's I'm going to consider that sort of a cell, a 3-note interval cell that can now be moved around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 3 strings, I adjust the shape again. This time the stretch is between here and here, the 3rd and 2nd strings. So the whole thing together. Example 45, C augmented scale, all 5ths. It'll give the audience's ear a familiar sound. For example, C major. Everybody's used to hearing that sound, and they're used to hearing an E major triad, and they're used to hearing an A flat major triad, but they may not be as used to hearing them all 3 juxtaposed against each other. So that's kind of what gives the scale its appeal. Example 48B, same lick with 5-note groupings. If we look in example 51, you'll see the structure laid out. It's actually pretty simple in concept. It's just a major scale with a flatted 6th. So I take regular C major scale, take my A, make it an A flat. Thus the name harmonic major. Example 54, C harmonic major scale diatonic triads by position.